Hey you guys, it's me SpongeBob number 1 fan 2003 here, and as you can see I'm here with this super awesome SpongeBob book, and this is actually called the SpongeBob SquarePants Essential Guide, and I actually just got this book back in May, and this is actually a very super awesome book, and I really like it. Okay, so as you can see on the front cover, there's super adorable little SpongeBob giving us a thumbs up. And then there's Sandy, there's Gary with shoes on, there's Plankton, a Krabby Patty, Patrick, and Squidward. Oh, and their names as well right there. Okay, and here is the spine. And here is the back. So obviously here's a small little description about what's going to happen in here, obviously. And then there's Mr. Krabs and Pearl, there's Mrs. Puff, the Flying Dutchman, Barnacle Boy, and Mermaid Man. And, oh, and there's a little jellyfish right there too. And this book was made by DK. Okay? So let's go ahead and start looking at the pages that are in this book. Okay. So right here says SpongeBob SquarePants, the Essential Guide, and it was written by David Lubin, and then there's SpongeBob and Patrick right there. That is so cute. Okay. Ooh. And then there's a picture of Sandy, Plankton, Patrick, and SpongeBob. Right here. Okay. And then here are all of the contents as well right here. Okay. And here is Spongy Bobby. So obviously it says like a lot of information about SpongeBob. And he lives in a 2-story pineapple house with his pet snail Gary. He has a lot of friends. And he dresses up in a nice fancy kind of outfit, like a preppy kind of look. And then there's adorable little loving SpongeBob. Here's like a big picture of normal SpongeBob. And then there's SpongeBob like kind of, I guess, like determined, and he's like running. And then there's a picture of SpongeBob with Bubble Buddy and SpongeBob on Leif Erikson Day. Okay, and then some information about adorable Patrick Star. I can't understand anything. That is so cute. And yep, obviously Patrick is a loyal starfish. He lives in a rock. And his best friend is, of course, SpongeBob. And obviously Patrick is not the smartest character, but he is super cute though. Okay, and then here is Squidward, like a bunch of info about Squidward. Obviously he lives in a big tiki head house. And he hates SpongeBob and Patrick, but Squidward loves to dance, and he's a really good artist as well. Okay, yeah, there's a picture of Squidward, lots of Squidwards actually. And then the map of Bikini Bottom. Okay. And then SpongeBob's house right here. Obviously it's a 3-story house. It's a 3-story pineapple with SpongeBob's bedroom, his bathroom, his library, and of course the living room right there too. It's really cool. Oh yeah, and there's SpongeBob from the Reef Blower episode, I believe. It's very short. Okay. And then here is information about Mr. Krabs. So obviously Mr. Krabs is a very money-hungry person, and of course he loves money, and he's honestly quite cheap sometimes. But he is a very nice boss to SpongeBob and Squidward. And of course he has a young teenage daughter named Pearl, and they live in a big anchor house. And then here is the Krusty Krab, home of the Krabby Patty. So there are like a bunch of tables and chairs here, and then there's a Krabby Patty. There's SpongeBob. He's one of the employees there, along with Squidward Tentacles, and Mr. Krabs is the founder of it. And then here is Sandy Cheeks, the Texas squirrel. So, obviously Sandy is from Texas, and deep in her heart, she'll always be a Texas girl. Obviously, she's from Texas, and she loves karate. She's a very, very, like, daring, young female squirrel. And she's actually pretty fearless as well. I really like Sandy. She's a very cool character. And then here is Sandy's tree dome. So, obviously, her little picnic table, her, I guess, hamster wheel, and then her tree dome with her tree house. And obviously there's poor SpongeBob not breathing. Like, he is having a very hard time breathing in Sandy's house without his helmet. Okay, and then here is Mrs. Puff's boating school. So obviously there's Mrs. Puff right there holding a little ruler. And then here's rules of the road with a little car on it, or like a boat. And then there's a picture of the school, and then there's SpongeBob with his other classmates, and there's SpongeBob as hall monitor. And then there's Mrs. Puff testing SpongeBob, like the oral test, and then big Mrs. Puff with SpongeBob crashing into a lighthouse. And then there's a, like, flaming hoop thing as well. And obviously SpongeBob is not the best driver in the world. And then here is the jellyfishing section. So there's a cute little photo of SpongeBob jellyfishing, and there's jellyfish fields. It's a very pretty place. And obviously SpongeBob has to protect his eyes, so he wears jellyfishing glasses. And there he is with all of his jellyfishing utensils. And then there's SpongeBob, born free, eating seaweed. And then there's the king jellyfish right there too. Jeez, I did not know that. Jellyfish are almost 99% water. Oh my gosh. I had no idea about that. And then Sheldon J. Plankton, also known as Plankton. Obviously, he steals the Krabby Patty secret formula like a bunch of times, but he always fails. And he always says this right here: I went to college. And yeah, Plankton has a computer wife named Karen, and he lives in the chum bucket. He's like trying to beat Mr. Krabs, but Mr. Krabs always wins. And then Mermaid and Barnacle Boy, they live in Shady Shoals Rest Home for the elderlies, like the elderly folk. And then they actually meet SpongeBob and Patrick. And SpongeBob has a little conch shell that he blows, and he like makes Mermaid and Barnacle Boy like really tired and stuff. And then there's Patrick and SpongeBob as Mermaid and Barnacle Boy. And then there they are in the invisible boatmobile. And then SpongeBob's SquarePants. Okay, so this is like a really cool like SpongeBob sporty like section. So there's SpongeBob skateboarding. There he is skiing. There he is jogging. And there he is with Patrick playing football. And then there's SpongeBob on a big bike. There he is practicing karate. And yep, he and Sandy always play karate together. Or do karate together, I should say. And then obviously taking a break. So of course SpongeBob does have his free time. He sometimes likes to stay home and watch TV or hang out outside of the hammock with Patrick. And then there's Patrick and SpongeBob at the beach or something. And then there's Patrick and SpongeBob as sailors or something. And then there's SpongeBob gardening. And of course taking a bath. Ooh. And then pesky pirates. So obviously this is like a pirate section. So there's SpongeBob, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs and Patrick and Sandy as pirates. And then there's Painty the pirate, which is obviously the thing that you see as soon as the SpongeBob theme song comes on. And then Perfect Pets. Obviously there's Gary, who's a very, very sweet snail. And then SpongeBob gets a jellyfish, and then Sandy's little pet butterfly and worm. Well, it's a caterpillar, then it turns into a butterfly. And then there's Larry. They just put a curse word in this. Oh my gosh, that's not good. Alright, and then Goo Lagoon, obviously that's a beach. And Larry is the most muscular person at the beach. And then there's Patrick and SpongeBob. Then there's SpongeBob in his beach gear. And then there's the muscle area. And then surfing. Obviously, SpongeBob has a surfboard. And SpongeBob was once a lifeguard, too. And then family. So there's SpongeBob's family. Obviously, he has a mom and dad. And a grandma. And then there's a fact about Plankton's relatives, jeez. and there's Patrick's mommy and daddy right there. And then there's Mr. Krabs' mom. Okay. And then the bad guys, obviously there's the Flying Dutchman, there's Man Ray. And the Dirty Bubble, who is that? Oh, is that the Atomic Flounder? I have no idea. Then Jumbo Shrimp, and obviously Doodle Bob, right down here. Oh, you can't even see. There we go. Yeah, Doodle Bob. Doodle Bob's my favorite villain, honestly. And then Party Time. I love parties. Okay, but yeah, there's SpongeBob's welcome home party from Nature Pants, and then there's Patrick and SpongeBob at a party. And then there's punch, like, you know, the drink, and then some nice little foods, and then obviously karaoke machine, or like the stuff. And oh, that was actually the last thing. Oh my gosh, I did not know that. Anyway, so obviously there's some like info about all of the like the stuff, like the people who like, you know, made this book. Oh, and before I forget, this book was made in the year 2005. Okay, oh, and there's SpongeBob with the nose flute, of course. Okay, so that's actually pretty much all for the SpongeBob SquarePants Essential Guide. I actually really super like this book because, like, you know, it says like a lot of information about the SpongeBob characters and, like, you know, their houses and stuff. Oh, focus, there we go. And I just really love it. It's a very, very enjoyable book. And yeah, I really like this book. It's really awesome. Okay, so yep, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So goodbye everybody, have a great day, and peace out.